I have spent years watching brilliant leaders navigate transformation alone, without peer-level benchmarking, without candid debate, without a room where the real conversation can happen. That's why we built the Cyber Resilience Dinner Series with Adaptiva. Today, we are bringing the right people in the same room to have the real conversation on cyber resilience.
Leaders are moving fast and accelerating their AI adoption. At the same time, the attack surface is moving faster, and governance frameworks are still catching up to last year's threat.
The real surface attack is not technology. Rather, it's your organization's trust model. Presented by Adaptiva, enterprise scale, endpoint and infrastructure resilience recognized by Gartner and hosted by Women in Cloud, a global ecosystem advancing leadership influence in the AI economy. This dinner series creates exactly that room, on purpose, with intention, for leaders who are ready to go beyond talking points.
So we've been asking the wrong question, not are we secure, but are we going to be able to scale AI responsibly? AI has turned intent and execution in 27 seconds, and the board is not able to wait for IT to catch up. If a breakout attack is 29 minutes, what decisions have you pre-authorized now for an autonomous response?
So first is, I'm really excited to have all of you come together because you are all industry leaders, and we are going to have a real interesting debate on AI governance and risk containment today. So here are some data facts before we get into the debate. 27 seconds, the fastest record e-crime breakout time in 2025 per the CrowdStrike 2026 Global Threats Report. This is how fast the attacker moves from an initial access to a lateral movement. 27 seconds. 87% of the global organization are experiencing at least one AI-enabled cyber attack in the past year. The average cost of an AI-powered breach is $5.72 million compared to $4.4 million for a traditional breach. And the last one is 82.6% of the phishing emails now incorporate AI in some form. It's a 53.3% increase since 2004. That's the data. I want you to process it. So there are two questions. The first anchor question is, what are you actually doing today, not planning, not piloting, to secure your infrastructure against AI-enabled adversaries? The second question I have is, if machine speed has already outpaced human speed, what is your real game plan to automate the security response and remediation? Not the roadmap, what is live right now? AI strategy without risk containment is corporate negligence.
I 100% agree that they should be liable. So I'm more polarizing that's beyond AI even, but AI is one of those items.
It's not negligence as far as they're concerned. They are doing what is required to protect the data as much as possible.
Yeah. If it's not your data, then it's always somebody else's fault. And if you're an employee and you get a paycheck from your organization, it's your responsibility, everybody's responsibility.
If the machines attack at machine speed, humans should not be in the loop for first response. Who is in agreement with that?
I think the question is really about how do you balance with automation versus human in the loop? So what is the balance between that automation and human in the loop intervention? Then I think that's a key challenge.
But again, there has to be a layer of security, what layer they can address, what layer they cannot address, and where is our physical security lies. So different layers that we have to think about it, and then we can address it.
So who owns the risk in your organization? I want a name, a title, not a committee, a human being who's accountable if something breaks tonight.
I can't be responsible for the outcome of what my synthesis is of analyzing that disease. And so the governance put around that disease is essentially the containment of it. And so that's why I say, from a containment standpoint, just at an enterprise scale, the CISO has to own that level of governance.
The team who's built it and who's running it owns the risk. You're the one designing it. You're the one who's deploying it.
I agree.
You should be the one who's accountable for the risk.
Yeah.
CISO can only provide guardrails, guidelines, can provide, hey, you should do this or you shouldn't do this. But ultimately, we're the ones who are implementing it.
No slides, no pitches. Just structured debate with leaders just like you trying to solve the same problems. Adaptiva and Women in Cloud have come together to build this room so that leaders all across the world can come together and navigate this shift together.